Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Vaccinated.
Yo, what up? This called Dynamite Dog in here to address the Gary Russell with Terence Crawford altercation. It was the Pan Am Camp 2007. We just made the Pan Am team, and it was the first camp we had before we were going to Brazil. And what happened was me and Bud was sharing a room, and the first day of sparring is always the hardest, so I just wanted to cruise through it. So I wasn't really doing too much. So long story short, we sparred, it was competitive or whatever. My sparring are always competitive, you know, especially with elite athletes. All our sparring are gonna be competitive. So long story short, you know, I heard that Bud had called his coaches or whatever and told them that I was easy work or whatever. I heard it through the grapevine, you know. So long story short, I asked G, I'm like, G, did you hear that? He was like, yeah, I heard the same thing. So I'm like, all right, I said, I'm gonna turn it up on him. Next time we spar, I'm gonna turn it up. So the next time we sparred was like 2 days later. So me and Bud sharing a room. So we in a room about to go to sparring. So we talking shit to each other, you know, competitiveness with each other. We talking shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn it up on you today. We get in the ring, we boxing, but it got so heated. Like in between rounds, we weren't even going to our corners for sparring. We weren't even going to our corners, listening to the coaches. So once the coaches got a whiff on it, you know, they was like, yo, these dudes is really fighting. So we in the ring going back and forth. I'm swimming without getting wet, you know what I mean, talking shit. And Coach Dan seen how serious we were with each other. And he just basically like, yo, stop. That's it. They stopped the sparring session. You know, we wasn't doing computer scoring that sparring session. You feel me? But they stopped it because we were too like serious with each other. So when they stopped it, you know, Bud got out the ring. I'm still in the ring, and he walking over there to where everybody at, where the rest of the team at. So I'm on the tip like, man, fuck out of here, nigga. Ain't want nobody running. He was like, kept saying I was running. I'm like, ain't nobody running, nigga. I'm swimming without getting wet. That's what it's called, hit and not get hit. You know what I mean? I said, nigga, your defense is basically gonna keep you around. So he over there talking to G. So I turn back around. I get out the ring on the other side of the gym. I'm getting my gloves taken off, and I hear them going back and forth, and I hear Bud say, yeah, Mark Davis was, you know what I mean, be getting in your ass, you know. And then Nuke, Rasheed Warren was there. He was like, oh, hey Bud, come on, don't put Mark in it. That's between y'all. Whatever. And then like a couple seconds later, all I hear is, oh. I turn around and like they holding motherfucking, they trying to grab Terence or whatever because he trying to get loose or whatever, because apparently he just got sucker punched. So I didn't actually see it, you feel me, but I heard everybody say, oh, and I turned around, you know, it was basically a big altercation, everybody breaking things up and shit. I didn't actually see the sucker punch, you know. But before the camp, when we was at the qualifiers, Terence had gotten into an altercation with one of the guys from Puerto Rico, and they was fighting in the stands. And they told Bud, yo, if you get in trouble again, they're gonna kick him, they're gonna send him home. So that incident happened, and they wound up, the coaches had a meeting, and they wound up sending him home. You know, but that's the part of the story that I remember. You know, it wasn't the Olympic camp because Deontay Wilder was never, I don't remember seeing Deontay Wilder when we were amateur. You know, I don't remember seeing Deontay Wilder. I definitely was never in camp with him. But the sucker punch did happen. I don't know how it happened, you know, or whatever, because I didn't see it, but I was definitely there, you know, and basically that's what happened from my point of view. You know, so if anybody was there that say I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm here to argue. I'm ready to argue. You know, and yeah, I was the man. I was the man at that time, but you know, caught up in the streets, caught up in a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? I came a statistic. You know, but at the end of the day, Bud's story is kind of actually accurate because it was the Pan Am camp. Deontay Wilder wasn't there, or whatever. But you know, the sucker punch did happen. It did happen. I don't know how it happened, or whatever, but it actually happened. So there it is. There, Sean Porter was there. Demetrius Andre, Adam Willett was there. Might have a couple other people was there, but I don't remember. But that's my point of view.
Somebody want me to tell a story what went on with Terence Crawford and Gary Russell. So I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? Keep in mind, y'all, we 18, 19 years old. We at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. You know what I'm saying? So we all, keep in mind, we all elite fighters, #1 amateurs in the, you know, in the United States. So we sparring and shit. You know, me and Gary sparring. I fought at this time. I was fighting 125 pounds. Gary Russell was fighting 119 pounds. Rashid Warren, he was fighting 112 pounds. So how they'll do it is that Rashid Warren had to spar with me and Gary Russell. He couldn't spar with the 106 pound or the 112 pound. He had to spar with us because that motherfucker was good like that. So, of course, I had to spar with Gary. I spar with Gary Russell first. Then they'll take Gary Russell out and put Rashid in with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the biggest. So, me and Gary got it on, you know what I'm saying? It was good sparring. You know, that day, yes, I might have got on Gary. You know what I'm saying? But he good work all the time though. But we was good fighters, man. I'm sharp. That motherfucking name is too sharp. I was sharp than a motherfucker. That's Gary, my boy, and Terence Crawford, my boy. So Terence get in the ring sparring with Dynamite. Terence fight 132. Dynamite fight 141. Man, Dynamite, one of the sharpest amateurs I'd ever seen though. So Dynamite, you know, he sharp that day. He getting out on Terence, you know what I'm saying? So they still had good work though. He got out on Terence, but they still had great work. So they get out the ring, and then, you know, Terence a little, you know, he a little frustrated after the spar, you know what I'm saying? So they got a little, him and Dynamite was talking noise all through the spar. So when Terence got out, he was mad already. He was talking shit still. And then Gary said something to Terence. And then Terence was like, nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, Mark just beat your ass. So then they get to arguing and shit. They face to face, they get to arguing. Gary took off on Terence and hit him with a right hook. Terence ate the bitch. You feel me? Terence ain't dropped Terence or nothing. And then they couldn't fight because right after Gary took off on him, the coaches and everybody grabbed Terence and grabbed Gary. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, Gary Russell, you better not get your motherfucking ass in the ring with Terence. He gonna damn have kill your motherfucking ass, boy. You motherfucking Gary, your motherfucking ass. You gotta go fight Gervonta Davis. You gotta go get that money. And Terence, you gotta go fight Earl Spence. Y'all 3 weight classes from each other talking about fighting each other, man. Y'all niggas rich than a motherfucker. And for real, if that little argument wouldn't have happened in Colorado Springs that day after y'all sparred, then y'all still be cool. So y'all need to let that shit go, man. Y'all need to let that shit go, bruh. For real. On God.
Are you ready to take your striking game to the next level? Then you've got to get the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, reflex, hand-eye coordination, head movement, and striking IQ. Lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere with the Focus Ball.
You know, I always say on this channel, pay-per-view fights should actually be free. And now the day has come where I'm about to hook you up with an app where you can watch all your pay-per-view events, boxing, UFC, etc. for free. I want to introduce Block TV, the best internet streaming television app out there. They provide over 3,600 channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz. They have a massive video on demand library with over 40,000 of the new release movies and the latest TV series. And it also includes DVR. So you're getting all of this for $34.99 a month. And once again, that includes free pay-per-view. So this one right here is a no-brainer, guys, because back in Las Vegas, I was paying damn near $200 a month for my cable. Those days are long gone now. So to get the app, make sure you guys go over to getblocktv.com and put in my promo code and get 30% off your first month. You also get a free month for every friend you refer. The promo code is DBNation.